Once upon a time, in a quiet American town, where mornings smelled like fresh coffee and evenings melted into soft orange sunsets, there lived a young woman named Millie. Millie wasn't famous, she wasn't rich, and she wasn't someone people usually noticed. She lived in a small rented apartment above an old bookstore on Maple Street. The stairs creaked, the heater complained, but to Millie, it was home. Every morning, she woke up before the sun, not because she wanted to, but because life demanded it. She worked at a small diner near the highway, pouring coffee, serving plates, smiling at strangers she would never meet again. And every day, she said, "Have a good day," even when her own felt heavy. But Millie had something most people never saw: a dream. Late at night, after tired feet and long shifts, she sat by her window with a notebook in her hands. She wrote stories, simple stories, warm stories, stories she wished she had heard as a child. She dreamed of becoming a children's book writer, but dreams are fragile, especially when life keeps reminding you to be realistic. People told her, "Dreams don't pay bills. Be grateful for what you have. Don't expect too much." And slowly, those voices became her own. One rainy evening, as she walked home from work, she met the bookstore owner, Mr. Harris. He looked at her tired face and said softly, "Most people aren't tired from work. They're tired from giving up on themselves." That night, Millie opened her notebook again and wrote the words she remembered from childhood. Once upon a time. She didn't know it yet, but that small decision was the beginning of everything. Days passed. Life stayed hard. But every night, Millie kept writing. At the diner, she listened to people talk about lives they were already living. And one day, a stranger told her something she needed to hear. "Don't stop, please." But then reality hit again. Her work hours were cut, bills piled up, numbers stopped making sense. That night, Millie cried quietly, the way tired people cry when they don't know who to ask for help. She almost closed her notebook forever. Almost. Instead, she wrote another story. Not to succeed, not to be famous, but to survive. A letter appeared under her door from Mr. Harris, inviting her to share her writing. Fear whispered, "What if you're not good enough?" But something stronger answered, "What if you are?" She walked into the bookstore, heart racing, and read her stories aloud for the first time. They weren't perfect, but they were real. She entered a small publishing contest, and she lost. Rejected. That word echoed louder than it should have. For days, she didn't write, until a child asked her, "Why did you stop?" That question hurt more than rejection ever could. Millie realized something important. Failing hadn't destroyed her. Stopping would. So she started again. She rewrote, she learned, she shared stories with children in the bookstore, and their laughter healed something inside her. Months later, during a small reading event, someone listened closely. A publisher. Not a miracle, not instant success, but an opportunity. The first time Millie saw her story in print, she didn't cry. She just smiled, because it was real. Her name, her story, her dream. She still worked hard, still stayed humble. But now her tiredness had purpose. She visited schools, libraries, community centers, and when children asked her, "Were you always a writer?" she answered honestly, "No. I was someone who didn't give up."